So I think Kath at Workspace was brilliant at creating a container and a community and culture. And my question to all of these people is, when do you kick people out? Why do you kick people out? What are the rules? I think that the most successful self-directed learning experience include what are often invisible boundaries. And I think it's absolutely essential for our movement that we become much more explicit, and I would say even proud about whatever boundaries, because I think in order for freedom to be successful, we have to talk about those, because otherwise people just say, oh, we do whatever we want, and then bad things happen.
Yeah,
so
because this ideal of total freedom is just so sexy in a certain kind of romantic Rousseauian way. But really, there are boundaries and rules and social norms everywhere. And that was something that frustrated me about my school experience, is that the school authorities could just kind of whip together a rule or something that I'm violating or something that someone else is violating. And all of a sudden it felt very very jail-like. It's like there are all these rules, but you only know 10% of them, and so you can get in trouble at almost any moment. And that just felt so unfair to me. That felt like that's not the kind of society I want to live in. And so I agree with you, Michael. It's important to lay out all the rules and expectations explicitly in the very beginning, and as an adult, then you stick to them and you don't bend them in either direction. You don't play favorites, and you don't become a hard ass all of a sudden either. You say, this is what we agree to, because that's what respect is. It's like, we know what we have agreed to. This is consent.
Yeah. Well, and I also love, just on the rationales, I think one of the reasons is often rules seem arbitrary and meaningless, but be functional tomorrow. I don't care how much you sleep, but be functional tomorrow. And if I can imagine a group, if somebody's consistently not functional, like, hey, so-and-so kind of tired every day, what's going on? And just everybody gets that. It's very real.
And it's not easy to come up with these rules all the time either, because, for example, if we're in Spain, where young people start drinking alcohol at age 16 or earlier, culturally, legally, and I'm saying, no, 19-year-old in my group, you're not allowed to drink here. They might say, what's the justification for this rule? So then I have to go down a little further afield and say, well, listen, if my program gets a reputation as a place where teenagers can come and drink and kind of do stuff that they wouldn't be allowed to do back in the US, and there's this differential because there's 14-year-olds and 19-year-olds in the same group, and so we're saying some of you can do this thing and others can't, then that means that my program is not going to survive for much longer, and then I won't be able to offer these opportunities to other young people.